The opinions expressed in the video you are about to see are solely those of BoatTEST.com and its test captain.
Hi, Captain Steve for BoatTEST.com, and today we're on the Regal 38 Express. We're going to take a look at the performance and the features. Very functional layout. All the gauges are up on a separate cluster just above the main panel. Tachometer is right in the middle with a digital display connected to the EVC so you can scroll through any information you want.
There are dual outdrive trim gauges, and part of the EVC package is the automatic trim assist that adjusts the outdrives throughout your power curve. Of course, you still have manual override. The spotlight remote control is below the wheel and to the right. I'd like to see it over to the left of the helm so the observer can assist with the night navigation.
Regal put all the electrical switches over on the starboard side, thoughtfully placing the horn all the way forward, then your bilge and light switches behind that.
Of course, with the stern drive joystick, there are no worries about whether you can handle this boat at the dock. You and your whole family can, practically single-handed.
I don't think Regal could have come up with a more comfortable spot for this joystick if they put a lot of effort into it. It's in a perfect spot right at the front end of the armrest.
Acceleration produced a less than 10-degree bow rise, so I was happy to see that there was no loss of visibility when taking off. Once on plane, the 38 Express settles into a roughly 5-degree bow high attitude that's very comfortable. The 38 has a real steady handling characteristic even when trying to get aggressive. With a test weight of over 14,000 pounds, you're going to get solid and steady even when carving through the wakes. The twin 260 horsepower Volvo-Penta D4 stern drives brought our 38 Express to a top speed of 34.8 knots at 3,500 RPM. At that speed, we were burning 28 gallons per hour and getting 1.24 nautical miles per gallon for a range of 309 nautical miles. Best cruise came in at 2750 RPM and 25.1 knots, where we saw a 16 gallon per hour fuel burn for 1.57 nautical miles per gallon and a range of 389 nautical miles. We had a quick time to plane of 5.7 seconds. We reached 20 miles per hour in 10 seconds and accelerated through 30 miles per hour in 15.1 seconds. Now let's take a look at the layout and see how comfortable you and your guests will be.
Swim platform measures 9 feet 10 inches by 2 feet 9 inches. Inside there's a hatch that gives you access to the 3 water lines and shut-off valves. 3-step reboarding ladder, and notice how it's mounted off to the side of the swim platform. Both the location of this swim ladder and the extension of the swim platform will keep you well clear of the outdrives. Regal's done a great job of leaving a lot of space in this engine compartment, even with the 2 diesels and the generator. I can clearly see the fuel tanks to either side. Daily engine checks are a no-brainer. Steps, easy access in and out. One thing I'm impressed with on the 38 Express is that even with the engine hatch open, you can still easily get in and out from the cockpit.
Cockpit seating is roomy enough, and when you're at anchor, you can reverse the seat back to convert the seating into a nice sun lounge. Nice molded-in steps allow for easy boarding and disembarking, but I'd like to see a grab handle at the rear of the overhead. To starboard, the entertainment center accommodates an optional electric grill. Here's a nice touch. In the center of the deck is an access hatch for daily engine checks, much easier than opening the larger full hatch. Thankfully, Regal adds plenty of engine room lighting, as this hatch doesn't admit a lot of natural light. The helm deck is a 10-inch step up from the aft deck, and comfortable wraparound seating is across from the helm. The elevated deck gives your guests the same view as the captain. Always happy to see a chart holder on any boat, as I never rely solely on GPS. The steps for the windshield walk-through are narrow, but they really don't need to be wider than your foot. I'd like to see the 2 latches for the opening windshield be interconnected. When closed, the lower one is hard to access. The bow rails are only 18 inches high at the side decks, but going forward, they come up to 27 inches near the ground tackle. Let's check out the accommodations below. The salon is open and roomy as it is inviting. To port, the galley features holders for dinnerware. The refrigerator is good size, and the shelves are adjustable so you can actually buy a full gallon of milk. The stove is a double burner recessed into the counter to hold pots in place. A micro switch shuts off the stove when the cover is in place. Forward is the dayhead that I found to be plenty roomy. Often we see claustrophobia-inducing heads in boats this size. The commode shares space and ventilation with the enclosed shower. A pocket privacy door closes off the private master forward. The berth measures 4 feet 9 inches across, and there's 2 feet 5.5 inches of overhead clearance over the berth. The requisite opening port lights are on either side, and an overhead hatch can be fitted with either a screen or a blackout shade. The dinette is ultra leather and butter soft. The center seat back removes to reveal storage for the table pedestal and the table itself. The seat back hangs on a stainless steel hook that drops into a stainless steel socket, so no scratches on the finish. At the end is a pop-out footrest. In the deck are 2 storage compartments, and because this is a Regal, they're fully enclosed and isolated from the bilge. Further aft is the ship's electrical with the 12-volt breakers on top, 120 on the bottom. A privacy curtain separates the aft cabin from the salon. Here you have a roomy sitting area with separate climate vents, and it's still within conversational range of the salon. Overhead clearance is 3 feet 3 inches. Naturally, the area converts to a berth by pulling out the filler cushions that store underneath the seat.
Well, that's our look at the performance and handling and the features of the Regal 38 Express. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.